Hello everyone, welcome back to another Blue Soda Productions video. Today I will interview AMI Productions here, which is our Man Initiative.
Yep. Hello. Are we good? Audio?
Yep, the audio is good.
Okay.
Okay, first question. What made you do Army Man content?
Um. Sorry, my face is having problems. So actually, it it was like personal decision, if you will. Um, I like kind of grew up with Army Man stop motion as like a kid. It's just something to do. Um, and I just kind of got to it. Um, really became sorry, I can't face cam's just not gonna work. It's having so we're just have to go without.
Rip
Apologies on
face
my
palm.
behalf.
Rip face.
Um but yeah, so I got into it basically watching Plastic Apocalypse, which I think a lot of creators in my generation at least that's where they come from. And after watching it, I was like a young kid. All I really cared about was having the ability to be like those creators when I essentially saw these big creators like making this really cool content. I was like, if I want to do anything, I want to do that. And I know it might be difficult for me, but I think that I can do it. And so that caused me to create, one of my first channels, which was Plastic Armament Studios, which created when I was a lot younger. As I think I was in high school at the time. And I uploaded for a few years on there before I became Army Initiative on this channel, which is how I became me, I suppose.
Okay, anything else that you like to add?
No, I think that pretty much covers it all.
Okay, and the entire question, like the rest of the questions, is just based off your series, like question series that you're doing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll answer all of them.
hmm Okay, question two. What happened to Corporal Kroger? Because he did not appear in Saving Sergeant Kyle. Did he get killed by the Greys? Will there be
Yeah, so it's an interesting story behind Kroger's disappearance. And I've had a hard time making a name for the green corporal that served alongside Sergeant Kyle. The main reason he vanished from the series in the first place was because he just didn't really feel that important as a character to me as a director, and I was trying to fit a bunch of characters into the script. So I couldn't necessarily cut him from the script, but essentially he dies during captivity when the Greys want to teach Kyle a lesson about resisting orders and not fighting the Greys on any of their orders, because they're very evil people. They want everyone to follow exactly what they're trying to want to control the world, and that includes their men. So unfortunately, Corporal Kroger is dead. Um, as I stated, he just doesn't feel like an important character, but you will hear mention of him in the upcoming video, Revenge of the Grey finale. Um, he's only mentioned once, sadly, but he won't be forgotten as a character. But yeah, unfortunately, that'll be the last time you ever hear his name.
whoop rip Kroger?
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next question. Will Molotov will make a return as a ghost to talk to Steve or Pine?
So I actually have a couple plans for this regarding Molotov. Molotov obviously can't come back from the dead. He's dead. There really isn't any like return arc or a ghost arc. It's more like memories of him will surface in Steve as he tries to forward. Unfortunately, it won't be. They won't be appearing in Revenge of the Grey, but they possibly will make it. I could possibly add it as a cameo in Counterattack Part 2 and 3. Which videos, those videos haven't been scripted, but I might add him in. It's more of a concept than an confirmed idea, really. Like, I've thought about it. It feels like a good idea, but do I want to actually do it? Well, that's another question entirely. I don't know, to be honest. I will have to, make a final decision later on.
All right. Okay, next question. With the Lucifer gun you're going to make, is it going to be the exact design like Mike did?
Well, unfortunately, I can't make it to the T. However, I had a like basic blueprint one that I made a long time ago, which wasn't actually going to be Lucifer in the final film. It was like the first test trial, though everybody seemed to take it as that was going to be the only gun he stuck with. But the second one that I'm going to be building, the first one's destroyed. The second one I'm going to be building is going to be somewhat similar, somewhat different. I want to make Lucifer bigger than the original design, and I'm going to make it out of wood, and the turret's going to be made out of a metal pipe. So
Oh,
it's going to be a pretty big turret. It's going to be a pretty big gun. Um, when I'm going to build it, that's for you to find out. I'm not going to reveal anything. I will be pulling favors from my grandpa, since he used to work in the field of construction, and I'm gonna have him help me out a little bit here and there. But yeah, so it's gonna be very similar. It's gonna be painted tan. We're gonna try to hit the similarity as much as I can, but I don't know if I'll get it exactly to the T, unfortunately.
okay. Next question. Are the Tans and the Greys still allies or there are enemies again?
So I know all of you have recently seen, or at least Blue has seen, the funeral for Major Ash. And what he's talking about is basically Major Ash says we're not going to be providing resources to the Tans anymore to show up. So we have, no obligation to us. Not gonna spoil anything, but let's just say yes and no. You will find out in the next video.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Yes and no.
Mhm.
It's a 50-50.
Somewhat.
Okay, next question. What are the events in Revenge of the Greys finale and Counterattack Part 2? Just tell us like two details or scenes about it.
So you want to know what's going to happen in Revenge of the Grey and Counterattack?
Part 2, yeah. Just like tell us one scene.
Okay. So I don't really reveal a lot, but let's just say that there's a big story behind Sergeant Sergeant I'm sorry, Captain Steve and Captain Stryker. Uh, at one point, they meet up while infiltrating Grey Highland, and Stryker essentially becomes part of the team that assists in infiltrating Grey High Command. I won't say too much about what happens with Stryker, but Stryker definitely shows up, plays a bigger role. We'll think he will, but counterattack hasn't been shot, but there will be a scene where Sergeant Cobb is captured after being betrayed by a blue soldier, and he will be taken prisoner until he escapes eventually to the 10th. But he won't be taken necessarily to Dune himself, but to the 10th Armored Headquarters, where they are a lot more brutal when it comes to taking prisoners.
Oh yeah, like the prisoner operation in episode 2 scene where they're um, what's that word called? Torturing the Tans to get information, right?
Yes.
Well,
Uh,
I hope Cobb survives that.
he will.
All right, next question. The script you wrote. What's the title of the video?
The video that we're talking about upcoming,
Yes, it's the
Revenge of
long
the Grey
script.
Revenge of the Grey finale is the final title of the video.
All right. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, next question. In Counterattack Part 1, what is the main mission for the 10th Armor? What is their target at the end of the video?
So they don't really have much of a mission in counterattack. Basically, the 10th Armored Stormtroopers are a lot. They're their own basically army in the Tan Empire. They work only for Dune and Major Casket. They don't really have a mission in that video, but basically you have normal Tan soldiers just holding the line at no man's land. Basically, no one can get past each other. But every time the 10th Armored strikes, no one's left alive. They they wipe them out in seconds. So the 10th Armored, but the 10th Armored's very fast about it. So they'll disappear before, any final position can be confirmed. By the time the position is searched, they've disappeared. And they don't really have a goal. They're just kind of marching back to their base after a attack on a bunker at that point.
Okay. All right. Next question.
Mhm.
Will Captain Stone switch sides to the Greens, or he's just going to stay in the 10 Army?
Will Captain Stone switch to the Greens, he said?
Yes.
Okay, so Stone really hasn't been seen since the Rise of Dune, but he does play a bigger role as we go. And he will stay with the Tans for a long time is all I will say. Don't want to spoil too much because the series hasn't it hasn't come out. We still have a lot more episodes to go. But he will stay with them for a long time, but he will begin to question why he's helping them still. He will question his orders and he won't be entirely comfortable with them, but he will stay with them for a while.
Okay. And also, I think my dinner ready. Dinner is ready. I will have to end recording, and we'll go back into recording once I finish dinner.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back, everyone. All right. We're back from my dinner. All right. Question
Yep.
10. What is Sergeant Brown's purpose to appear in the video?
So that's what people aren't going to realize about Sergeant Brown temporarily. And I actually don't mind saying this on camera now because people are going to find this out. The original Brown, this is Brown's twin. The original Brown died in PA, the prison operation, as everyone's seeing. But that's the thing about this Brown. This isn't the original one. This is Sergeant Brown's brother. And the only reason he's helping the Tans is because he wants to avenge his brother's death. So he wants to kill Macabre. That's his purpose.
That's blew my mind. Oh my goodness. I did not expect that because I thought that was Sergeant
That's the
Brown
point.
because I was thinking, is Sergeant Brown going to appear in the memory pass thing?
Say that again.
I was thinking, is Sergeant Brown going to appear in the pass like a memories thing?
Possibly. You'll see.
Dang. Alright, question 11. Board Boy left the community, and you recast his characters. He was voice acting. Pine is voicing by AJ, but who's
Actually,
going to be
Pine
the
is
voice actor?
temporarily being voiced by me until Dom's voice acting gets better.
Oh, okay, okay. Who's going to be the voice actors to Major Casket and Davis?
So Major Casket, the Grit will be voiced probably by Dom if I decide to give it to him. I might give it to someone else though. I don't know, depending on who I want to play that character. The Gray Commissar will be voiced by me for the next video, and then I don't know. Who knows if he even lives to the next one. Davis will probably be voiced. I don't know. I have to figure that out.
I
I'm
don't
not there
think.
yet.
I don't think I will probably. I don't think I will probably fit him because of my voice.
No, no, you wouldn't fit that character.
Yeah, it's definitely not me, you guys.
Trust, it's blue.
All right, next question. In Counterattack Green Outpost 69, there is Sunny Day copy pose. Was that Sergeant Len as Green Disguise Spy?
No, because that would mean Len is dead.
Huh?
Wait, he's dead?
No, you're, or I'm sorry. Are we talking about when the green base where the flamethrower was used?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not Len. That's just a normal green soldier.
Ah, I was thinking at first, wait, is that Sergeant Len as a spy again?
No, I just said it wasn't him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that's out of the way. Question 13. In No More Room in Hell video, who was that mysterious tan soldier that was talking? Was it a random soldier or was it General Darkmouth?
You will find out. Is what the answer is.
Dang. Alright. Okay. Question 14. In the final battle, both parts, will every nation color be included in the finale videos?
Yes, for red. Reds don't show up until the series that comes after this one. But yes, almost every current nation that you've seen in the videos will be there.
I cannot wait for that video.
Hmm.
Okay, final question, and this is a bit of a weird one as you think
Okay.
about it. Is Channel Wars related to the series? Will there be any Channel Wars? Who is going to be introduced in the next one? Is it me or Kiwi again or Gray Officer?
Well, Channel Wars, unfortunately, is not related to the main series. It's a fun series that I came up with when I was like 10 and decided to finally make it when Board Boy was around. But it's not related to any series at all.
Okay, so it's just
Yeah.
another series.
Unfortunately, because Board Boy decides to act like he's disappearing for whatever reason that's been going on in his head. We haven't really had any actual, you know, people to replace him as the Pink Army, which is unfortunate. Ben was a good part of this community, but unfortunately, he got addicted to the attention that people give him when he acts a certain way, so he's vanished on us. But we're looking for someone to replace Board Boy in Channel Wars. Um, unless he comes back, which he probably will.
Yeah.
Because he usually does after a few weeks. But if he doesn't, well, what am I gonna do? Obviously we'll miss him, but it just I don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't know what to say about Board Boy anymore. Just it won't be the same without him. He was someone who helped me make the series, and it will be very sad to not have him.
Yep. What about the new colors that we introduced? Like, is
Like
Kiwi gonna be back?
Kiwi
Yeah.
will definitely be there, provided we to get rid of him. But other people might not be.
Okay. What about new colors? Like different channels, like new colors, like me or gray.
So in terms of blues, uh, all that matters is we find out. We just got to find out who would play the blues. The Gray Army, yeah, maybe. Again, we'll find out.
We will definitely find out in the future.
Yes.
Okay, everyone. That is a great interview with Armament Initiative.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Yep, it was great. And thank you for watching.
Yep.
See you next time.